He's not as efficient, and he's going to get tired easier.
Pac-Man comeback? What's going on? Manny Pacquiao is coming back for another fight against Mario Barrios for the WBC Welterweight Championship, I believe. Is that something, or is it just?
I don't know.
Tabloids?
I don't know. I keep laughing about that fight.
Just take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring, man, against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when reacting to the shocking announcement that boxing legend Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring at 46 years old to face Mario Barrios. On a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, the UFC commentator and podcast host expressed serious concern over Pacquiao's return, calling it a risky move that could end badly. Rogan acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary status but questioned whether the aging icon can still perform at an elite level without risking his health.
Would you want to see Boots versus Barrios? Of course. I like to see Boots just in there, period. But that lets you know how much you need people like Barrios. Because people who got something to lose, or not even something to lose, people who are superstars in their head, don't fight everybody. That's why I say Sean Porter kept the welterweight division alive. He fought them all. Barrios is doing the same thing. You need Barrios. You need people like Barrios. Because Barrios will take the fight with Boots.
The upcoming fight between Pacquiao and Barrios is a classic clash of experience versus youth. Pacquiao's wealth of experience and tactical acumen will be tested against Barrios's physical advantages and youthful energy. Barrios's height and reach could pose challenges for Pacquiao, who has faced taller opponents in the past, but may find it more difficult at this stage of his career. Pacquiao's journey back to the squared circle has been anything but conventional. After retiring to focus on his political career in the Philippines, he made a brief return in a 2024 exhibition match against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Ao. Despite a lackluster performance, Pacquiao remains confident, citing his 2019 victory over Keith Thurman and minimal recent ring damage as indicators of his readiness. He stated, "I made history at 40 beating Keith Thurman, and I feel at 45 I have a lot left in the game, as I haven't taken a lot of punishment over the last few years."
Pacquiao could possibly face Mario Barrios.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao is 45 years old. What you think of that fight?
Sound like Pacquiao trying to hit a lick. You know what I mean? But Pacquiao not Pacquiao no more. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might beat Pacquiao up. I mean, not knock him out, but beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight?
Yeah, like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so, why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen.
Joe Rogan has often praised Manny Pacquiao on his podcast, calling him one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. Rogan admires Pacquiao's explosive speed, work ethic, and humility. Despite his fame and accomplishments, he's highlighted how Pacquiao started from extreme poverty in the Philippines and rose to become an 8-division world champion, a feat no one else has achieved. Rogan often emphasizes Pacquiao's ability to remain competitive even against younger opponents late in his career, saying, "It speaks to his discipline and fighting spirit." George Kambosos Jr., a fellow warrior from the lightweight division and proud Greek Australian, has always looked up to Pacquiao. Kambosos trained with Pacquiao during camps and credits him for shaping his mental toughness and dedication. He has referred to Pacquiao as a living legend and the ultimate warrior, often noting how Pacquiao's relentless style and heart inside the ring are unmatched. Rogan has shared his thoughts on the Manny Pacquiao vs. Floyd Mayweather fight multiple times on his podcast. He expressed disappointment in how the fight turned out, mainly because it didn't live up to the years of hype. Rogan, like many fans, felt the fight happened too late. Both fighters were past their physical prime, especially Pacquiao, who later revealed he was dealing with a shoulder injury during the bout. Rogan praised Mayweather's defensive genius, saying Floyd's ability to shut down Pacquiao's offense and control the pace was masterful, even if it made for a less exciting fight. However, Rogan also sympathized with fans who were expecting a war, not a tactical chess match. He believed Pacquiao's injury and Mayweather's style led to a dull fight that didn't showcase what made both fighters legends in the sport. Overall, Rogan saw the fight as a historic moment, but one that was more about business than boxing. He said that if they fought earlier in their primes, it could have been a completely different outcome and a far more explosive fight.
And so who are they talking about Pacquiao matching up with next?
He chasing the Mayweather.
Of course.
So
why not?
Right.
Floyd, come on. I know you love money. He was saying that he thinks Floyd's out of money already because he says Floyd spent so much money, he's probably already out of it.
Well, he spent money too. I think Pacquiao spent more money than Floyd on everybody else.
Oh, that's right, because he's got like 50 people that he just like has supported. Yeah, I mean He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like, Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just like,
don't say that. Yeah,
and got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best.
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Good luck in the fight. He's a killer pool player. Did you know that about Pacquiao?
No, I didn't.
Like world class. Like he could play pool professional.
On the Joe Rogan Experience, Terrence Crawford shared candid reflections on his admiration for Manny Pacquiao and the disappointment of a fight that never materialized. Crawford revealed that he had been pursuing a bout with Pacquiao for approximately 5 years, viewing it as a pivotal opportunity to solidify his legacy. He expressed frustration that the match didn't come to fruition, attributing the missed opportunity to promotional decisions aimed at safeguarding Pacquiao's career. Joe Rogan echoed Crawford's sentiments, acknowledging Pacquiao's legendary status while lamenting the politics that often hinder marquee matchups in boxing. Rogan praised Pacquiao's explosive fighting style and his remarkable journey from poverty to becoming an 8-division world champion. He noted that a clash between Crawford and Pacquiao would have been a compelling contest, blending youth and technical prowess with experience and tenacity. Despite the missed opportunity, both Rogan and Crawford recognized the profound impact Pacquiao has had on the sport. Crawford acknowledged Pacquiao's unique accomplishments, including winning titles in 8 weight classes, but suggested that Pacquiao didn't achieve them entirely on his own, reflecting a personal opinion rather than objective criticism. In their discussion, Rogan and Crawford highlighted the complexities of boxing's promotional landscape and the challenges fighters face in securing legacy defining bouts. Their conversation underscored the respect they hold for Pacquiao's contributions to boxing and the enduring influence of his storied career.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your later.
Different dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just like,
don't say that. Yeah,
and got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best.
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Good luck in the fight.
I already said he's got these T-Rex arms. Everybody's talking about how fast he is. Manny Pacquiao, T-Rex arm. Pop, pop, pop.
Pacquiao. Oh, down goes Thurman. And let me tell you, that was just a quick punch. Pacquiao again, the aggressor. See? Now the response by Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao.
Mario Barrios, known by his moniker Elastica, is a 29-year-old American boxer hailing from San Antonio, Texas. Standing at 6 feet tall with a reach of 71 in, Barrios possesses a physical advantage over many in the welterweight division. He began his professional career in 2013 and quickly made a name for himself with his aggressive style and knockout power. Barrios first gained prominence by capturing the WBA regular super lightweight title in 2019, defeating Juan Jose Velasco with a second-round knockout. However, his most notable achievements came in the welterweight division. In September 2023, Barrios faced Yadenis Yugas, a seasoned Cuban fighter, for the WBC interim welterweight title. Barrios dominated the bout, winning by unanimous decision with scores of 118,107,118,107 and 117-108. This victory showcased his ability to control distance and utilize his jab effectively. Subsequently, Barrios was elevated to full WBC welterweight champion after Terrence Crawford vacated the title. Barrios's most recent defense was against Abul Ramos in November 2024. The fight was a thrilling contest that ended in a split draw, with one judge scoring it in favor of Barrios and another for Ramos, while the third judge had it even. Both fighters exchanged knockdowns, with Barrios dropping Ramos in the second round and Ramos responding with a knockdown of his own in the sixth. Despite the draw, Barrios retained his title and demonstrated resilience and adaptability in the ring. Eddie Hearn, known for his frank and strategic insights, would likely express intrigue over Manny Pacquiao's decision to fight Mario Barrios, especially given Pacquiao's age and long layoff from the ring. Hearn might praise Pacquiao's legendary status, emphasizing how his speed and experience still pose a threat, even at 46. However, he would also stress the risks involved. Barrios is younger, active, and recently defeated Yugas to win the WBC interim welterweight title. Hearn might question whether Pacquiao is chasing legacy or just staying relevant in A competitive welterweight scene, he could point out that while this bout could draw strong pay-per-view interest especially among Filipino and Latino fans, it also raises concerns about fighter safety and longevity. Ultimately, Hearn would likely frame the matchup as a fascinating generational clash, a legend trying to defy time versus a rising star seeking a defining win. He might conclude by saying that the boxing world should appreciate Pacquiao's courage but not overlook the very real possibility that Barrios, with his power and youth, could end the iconic career of one of boxing's greatest.
Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight? Yeah, I think that it's very contentious subject, like people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pound. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago, a year. And every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably in the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not. Pacquiao's bout against Mario Barrios is more than a comeback. It could be a strategic step toward a high-profile clash with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Pacquiao has openly expressed interest in facing Davis, stating his willingness to fight at 145 or 147 pounds. He emphasized his